how we doing? My name is Corey, as you guys all know. So today I'm presenting forklift safety. Some of the key topics that I'll be going through today. We'll be looking at my own experience. I've had a few accidents on a forklift myself. It's caused quite a bit of damage. Well, not so much damage, but lots of money. Companies love that. See what you guys know. So, how much do you guys know about forklifts? Seen them, been around them, in the same sort of workplace. They're probably one of the most valuable tools in a warehouse, construction site. They do a lot of good work. So, my own accident. So I was doing, I think it was a 10-hour day, really long day. I only went to my work area, and I was on a high reach. So, you go through this one here, this forklift here. This is what I was on a high reach. So it goes up really high. If you've got a racking space, 7 levels high. I was going up into the top there. Now, I had one pallet left and one place. So I had my racking there, and the roof went like this. And across all the racking spaces, legally you have to have a fire extinguisher. So what I've done, so I was working on a furniture contract at the time, probably one pallet per customer's order, and the pallet itself was high. So I made a judgment call. I picked up the pallet and eyed it off and went, nah, it's not going to fit. And I looked around all my racking spaces and I go, it's not going to fit anywhere else. You know what, I think it might actually fit. That was a big mistake. So I've gone and put the forklift, put the pallet up into the space, and the top of it, I think it was a bench top or something like that, is actually knocked off the head of the extinguisher. 2 seconds go by, a couple of drops of water, I'm like, oh, yeah, and then it all just fucking came down. Flooded the whole space. So there was level 1 of the warehouse, level 2, and a big ramp. So in this space, we're talking all the furniture that I was working on, all the produce on the other side of the racking, and then down was greeting cards. So in this situation here, rain's coming down, it was like a bloody thunderstorm. So after 2 seconds, realizing I've clicked, gone into my training, all of my company's on-site training actually clicked in. Surprisingly enough, I paid enough attention and reacted to the situation. So the first thing I did was pull the forklift out. Probably not the most safest thing to do, but it was a hazard in the way. So if anyone wanted to come and actually deal with the running spout, that had a forklift in the way. So I've got my spill kit. Now, one spill kit against probably 30,000 litres of water is not enough. Doesn't matter how many blankets you have, how many stoppers you have, it's not going to stop the water. I did my best, and I think at the end of the accident, the next day, I asked one of the managers, very, very angry, not my manager, so I didn't have to deal with him. It was about $30,000 damage just on his contract. So that was a strong lesson in the consequences of these actions really worth the result of what's going to happen. Alright, so with a forklift, the most dangerous parts of the forklift themselves are the tones up here, the mast that raises and lowers your load, your pallet, whatever's on the pallet, and then this section here. So this is a counterbalance forklift. So anything that's on this side of the forklift needs to be weighed there. So if you've got a 2.5 ton capacity forklift, there's 2.5 tons of weight. Most of it is concrete. So the forklift drives on the counterbalance. It spins at the wheels, so that's where your turning point is. So you have a lot of people. So that was a triangle. That's your center point, and it goes like that. So if someone turns around too much, they can create a massive force, 2.5 tons. If that hits someone, that's going to do some serious damage to them. All right. So the biggest danger of any forklift is the person operating it and the person around it. A forklift is nothing but a tool until you put someone on it and someone around it. Consequences of unsafe behaviour, you're looking at serious damage, serious injuries, death, fatalities. There are people that have fallen from heights from operating around a forklift, being crushed by forklifts. Nicest way to put it, stabbed really, really badly with the tires. It really comes down to the person operating the forklift and the people around it. You might have the safest forklift operator around and a pedestrian just walk in front. So yeah, the most dangerous person is the people around the forklift and the person operating it. Alright. So, you can find a lot of people that are on the forklift a lot or in a warehouse situation, they get complacency. So just walking down the full path, not looking at their phone, whatever it is, and it just results in unsafe behaviour. You're around the forklift, you might be able to hear it, you might not be able to hear it, you've got to be alert all the time. Now, operation of a forklift, some of your biggest dangers operating a forklift is lack of experience, lack of understanding how a load fits onto the tines, or what a person has actually put on their tines. So they might pick up a pallet and go, yeah, that's safe, but they go and put it into the racking, something falls off it if it's not wrapped properly. So, fall from height, again, putting something into the racks, if it's not wrapped, it's going to fall off. I've seen this happen multiple times. Either a pallet has been damaged, a piece of wood's fallen off the pallet, or an actual item box has fallen off the pallet, coming into the racks, coming out of the racks. Looking up on the WorkSafe website, even in today's standards, it's still roughly 250 accidents per year. So again, even with all our modern training, all our OH&S, the WorkSafe procedures, this is still a serious issue amongst a lot of companies.
Is it statewide or national?
It was off WorkSafe Victoria, so I'm going to say Victoria wide.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Like,
yeah.
Victoria's a small state,
Yeah.
and you've got 250 accidents per year on an average. Alright, so I've got a little video for us here. So, this is forklift stupidity. First now. Again, the person that caused the accident was guy driving.
Oh, for
Was that intentional?
Yeah, all this comes from the operator. So, throughout these little clips, every single accident is caused by the person operating.
It was intentional.
Let's go down. So he's got more weight. See, it acts like a pendulum. So he's got more weight on his forklift to carry.
She stands there.
He did not look up the capacity of his forklift before he picked that load up. Again, it's a perfect example of operating an unsafe load.
oh man.
Not mind this area that he's operating in. And how many times do you reckon that guy's pulled out of the truck and not done that? Or one time in a year? Now, that situation, it's not just his fault, it's also the person that stuck it up there as well. So as you can see, through all of these accidents, the center was the person operating it. They made bad calls unnecessarily to do a job that really didn't create that much success to cost whatever company they worked for a lot of money because they made some bad decisions. Yeah, that was my point there. Most forklift accidents is the person operating them, the person around them, pulling something out of a rack, the person that stuck it up there and didn't make sure it was safe. That's common nature and even to this day, hence the 250 accidents per year. There we go. I really like this one. Forklifts and people do not mix, and it's perfect. We find a lot of there we go, consequences. We spoke about that before. Injury or serious death, and people do die around these things. Alright, so back to the point I was trying to make before. Forklifts and people don't mix. Example before, I've not wrapped a pallet before it's gone up with the racks. This guy's the one to pull it out. Chances are he didn't put it up there. This guy's come to help, and it's just falling because the person that's operating the forklift beforehand didn't check his load. This one here, this is a big no-no. If you can't see in front of you, you don't go forward. Now, staying safe comes down to behaviour, and it's very, very simple. Simple things like using your horn. You're going around a corner, toot your horn. You're going to move, toot your horn. Coming out of a pallet, toot your horn. As vocal, as visual, and as audible as you can possibly be creates the safest workplace. If you're going to move, do a 360 check. If you can hear a forklift say, hey, I'm here, don't run me over. It'd be really nice. And just, yeah, it really comes down to that basic behaviour, having a safety first nature creates the safest workplace. And obviously safety starts with us. That is the end of my presentation.
I'd like to do that again, that was superb. I commend you incredibly highly. I've got TDF, two of the forces here. I'd just like to personally commend you for several reasons. I noted, firstly, I've got CQ,